Hey, Tony Gaskins here. I don't know if you can see behind me. I'm at a cabin. Can't really see with this here light, where the light at. Um, I'm in a cabin this weekend. And I think they call this North Georgia. I think it's called North Georgia. This is my first time being here. Um, Came up here this weekend. Uh, I have a client, a young brother who is 24 years old. He booked me for coaching. And as you know, my current coaching rate is $300 an hour, which is the best I'm able to do right now, just depending on my schedule and where I'm at in coaching. And this young man, 24 years old, had like 3 or 4 sessions. And in the sessions, it kind of came up that, I was mentioning how I wanted to start another project, another company. And he was like, man, I would love to be a part. I would love to help. And it's hard to find, good people to partner with on business who, sane, selfless, innovative. And so him and another one of my mentees that y'all have saw on a video before, Caleb, we come up here to the cabin and we just brainstorming all weekend and gonna see if it's something that we're gonna make happen. But while I'm sitting here today, I'm sitting outside, got these little rocking chairs out here, and I was the first one up, so I come out here, and while I'm sitting here, I had another idea that hit me, a app idea. Y'all got to forgive me, I look crazy this morning. I slept terrible, I was sleeping in a twin bed because, I gave the master bedroom to my mentee, and then I gave the other big bed to the chef. And so I'm sleeping on a twin bed. You breathe hard, you on the floor. So, and I got a bad back. Y'all know I got a bad back, so I sleep with a pillow between my legs, but I ain't got my pillow, so tossing and turning and woke up. So I really ain't sleep that much last night, so y'all got to forgive me looking like Frankenstein. But I had another idea sitting out here, and it's been on my heart. This idea been on my spirit for some time now. And that's one thing I've learned, like, anything that you dream of, anything that you think about that you want to do, you can do it. You just got to make it happen. And I'm getting ready to do a branding course on just teaching, like, the branding principles that I use to build my brand, to build my business. And for those of you who can see yourself being able to do something, gotta forgive me my voice, being able to do something that's, similar to what I do, or just build any kind of brand. It's more so principles, not just for authors and life coaches and speakers. But one thing I realize is, like, you can make it happen. You can make it happen, but a lot of times we don't believe in ourselves, and it can be as simple as going to Google. It can literally be as simple as going to Google and Googling and getting that start. It could be as simple as hiring a consultant. Like the young man I'm working with, he hired me for business coaching, for branding coaching, because he wants to do something very similar to what I'm doing. So he made that investment, and now we may be starting a company that, he'll have equity in. But he made that investment, and now he'll have equity in something that he will be starting with somebody that he looks up to. And I think a lot of times we don't think about that. A lot of times we don't, come to that place of we invest in ourselves. Caleb, what's going on? Y'all remember Caleb?
Good morning.
Y'all remember Caleb for the video. Just so y'all know I wasn't lying. Y'all think I'm up here with a side piece. Oh, turning live. Cheating on his wife. So, it goes to show me how, and last night they were telling their stories and they were talking to each other, Caleb and the other young man's named Christian. And Ironically, both of their names start with C's. And they were just talking about how they were going through and made so many mistakes and came to this turning point in their life, and how both of them looked up and they saw me and they saw what I was doing, and both of them reached out, and they reached out, and they didn't reach out with a handout. You know, Caleb, he reached out to serve. Like, Caleb literally moved to my city and he got a job in my city, and he works, and well, not a job, he owns his company, and he works every day, but then yet he'll come and he'll go on the road with me and just serve, you know, for free. He'll come to my house, and my back hurt. He moved everything out my garage because I got my garage floor done, and then he came the next couple days later and moved everything back into my garage. Like, he literally just showing heart and helping. And then Christian, he came and he put his money where his mouth is. Like, everybody could come with a handout. Everybody could come say, hey, pull me up to where you at. Do this for me, do that for me. But he came and he said, here, I'm gonna pay you what you asking for. I'm gonna pay you what you say your time is worth right now. That's not what my time is worth, but because you can't put a price on that. But I'm gonna pay you your fee. I'm not gonna say, hey, I'm this young 24-year-old black man, can you mentor me? When I see you got 3 million people online, I'm not just gonna assume that I'm the only person writing you. And so he came and he spent that, and when he did that, that showed me like, this dude different. He put his money where his mouth is. He invests in himself. He's serious about himself. He's serious about life. And so that's what I look for. And a lot of people don't realize that. Now, it'll be people who will go book a session with a coach, you know, after hearing this, but before had a scarcity mindset. And that's good. But just make sure you're doing it authentically, and make sure you know that nothing may come of it like what's happening for Christian. You know, it may not happen like that, but you got to be willing to invest in yourself. And so while I'm here working on this idea, another idea hit me. And just seeing yesterday that, you know, Chadwick Boseman passed away, and seeing that Kobe passed away this year, seeing that these two young men in their early 40s to pass away. And I take planes. So the way Kobe, you know, you saw Chadwick Boseman, you saw his physique in Black Panther. You see how healthy of a life, you know, he lived, and yet he came down with cancer. So it goes to show, like, anything like is possible in life, in the sense of tomorrow is not promised. Like, nothing is a guarantee. So for me, it's about creating. It's about always keeping my mind on legacy, always looking at legacy, realizing that I got to create, realizing that I got to put my fingerprint on the world, realizing that I don't have time to waste. And my wife can tell you, it was so many times that I would send our account into the negative to create a course. But then that course turn around and earn, you know, more than what I used to earn in an entire year. I would go into the negative to produce a book, and that book turn around and earn more than what I used to earn in a year. And that's the way you got to double down on yourself. And because so many people, they scarcity minded. And, you know, like right now, the life coach certification, it's $850. That's a $5,000 course. And even at $850, a lot of people will look at it and say, oh, that's too expensive. And I was talking to Christian last night, and he was telling me about these people who, they haven't even done 10% of what I've done as far as branding and business and authenticity and those things. And he was telling me their cheapest course is $2,500. Another guy got a $5,000 course. And I'm like, wow, I'm selling my $5,000 course for $850. And yet it's still people that, hey, can you do it for $400? Hey, can you do a payment plan? You know, knowing that they'll pay one time and get the course and not pay the next 2 times, instead of just doing a payment plan with themselves, with their savings account. Pay $200 to your savings account, pay another $200, pay another $200, pay another $200. Now you got Now you got 800. Pay another 200. Now you got 1,000. And discipline yourself that you don't spend that money versus letting my company become your savings account and then you paying to my company and then coming back and say, hey, I need a refund. And we got scarcity minded, it's a lot of scarcity minded. And that's what I see that's so common in people. Somebody will book a session and the session is a month out and they book the session for one situation, for one relationship. The relationship is ended, then so they say, I want a refund on the session, as if they don't have any other area to grow in their life. And as if they don't realize that just like Christian, if we go all the way through with this company, the $300 session he had could end up making him $3 million. But a lot of times people think so scarcity minded, so small minded, that they'll say, oh, I was going to do a session to talk about this boy, this grown boy. Now this grown boy gone, so I want a refund for the session, as if they don't need to work on themselves, as if they don't need to work on their goals, their dreams, their hopes. And that's the mindset. And you got to make sure that you don't have that type of mindset, that you're not willing to invest in yourself, that you're not willing to double down on yourself, that you're not willing to bet on you. You got to make sure that you don't have that mindset and that you're willing to go. You're willing to put your foot on the gas and you're willing to make things happen. But hey, this Tony Gaskins, I see Caleb walking up the road. And Caleb see me shooting this video. Caleb finna probably get him a video in. Hey, I'm holding you. Is the food ready?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm finna close this video out and then I'm coming right in here. Is Christian them up? Christian up?
They literally were just right here except for her.
Oh, oh, okay. Christian. Well, the food ready. We had a chef come up here because, we don't know how to cook and just ain't want to be eating boxed food. So I paid for a chef to come up here and, cook us 3 meals a day. So breakfast ready. And so I'm finna get ready to go. But watch this 2 or 3 times. Get this in your spirit. See in your life where you selling yourself short. See in your life where you sitting on your dreams. My other idea that I had is an app. Guess what? A guy hired me for coaching and his company develops apps. And yeah, it's not like they developing Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. They ain't doing apps like that, but they doing apps that's good enough to where for my idea that I have, that he can make it happen. And the other app idea I had was $5,000. And I didn't do it at the time. Now, I may go ahead and push that app out. And I may have 2, 3, 4, 5 apps in the app store. And then guess what? That's my media company. So guess what? If I get 100,000 people on each app, there may be a venture capitalist that come and say, hey, you got 5 apps in the app store. Each app cost me $5,000 to make. But he said, look, them 100,000 people, we want to market to them. We got companies, we want to market to them. We'll give you $5 million for those 5 apps. Them 5 apps may cost me $25,000 to put into the app store. And it's my ideas from my mind. And I don't think like, oh, I want to create Instagram, because I know that costs millions and millions of dollars. I'll bring down a small scale version, create that. So, hey, this Tony Gaskin, God bless you. I may shoot another video sometime. We're here till tomorrow. We leave tomorrow. So be back to regular scheduled programming, hopefully by Monday. God bless you. We'll talk soon.